What's going on, everybody? This is Hunter. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. As you can see, it is absolutely beautiful out. And first, before we start this review, I want to thank East to West for having us out and setting this thing up. I mean, it is an absolutely incredible setup. They definitely went above and beyond for that. But you guys know that I love the rear kitchens, and I typically do the fifth wheels, and I always drool over a good rear kitchen setup. This is a travel trailer that I would legitimately consider buying. You have an east to west bed that's king. You got washer and dryer set up, a ton of closet space, but one of the coolest, most functional rear kitchen travel trailers that I have ever seen. And I have toured hundreds, if not, over 1,000 floor plans over the last 4 years. But this is the 2025 east to west Della Terra 263RK. And again, the rear kitchen, that's the RK portion of it, but I'm very curious to see what you guys think. So if you guys don't mind, drop some comments, because I have a feeling this is going to blow a lot of people's minds, because certainly did for me, or I'm going crazy from talking to myself too much inside of all of these campers. But all the specifications, length, height, tank sizes, awning sizes will be down in the description, along with a link for Funtown RV, so that way you can access some pricing and some dealership locations. But let's go ahead and put all that stuff up on the screen as far as the floor plan. And let's get into this tour. Dual entry, and I like how they use the solid entry steps on both. You have an entrance dedicated to your bedroom, and then another one into the back. Plus you have a good size awning there too as well, I think, to provide some shade for you. It's pretty nice. You also got a little leash latch right there too for your little furry friends. Dual axle, and they actually do something pretty interesting with the suspension there. So it's all going to be welded in there too, which is just a little bit different. Helps support some of the weight if you're like overloading it. I don't suggest that you do. But right when you walk in, you got a little place for some hanging clothes. I think it's kind of cool because behind this door too, you have a place for, maybe like, if your wife loves crystals, that'd be a great place. Which, babe, if you're watching, I love you. Control panel right over here. So all your slide controls, your awnings, and then your tank fill levels. But let's just get a good look here of this. I love the big openness of that massive window heading out the back. And then you have more window coverage coming over here. But look how big these windows are for a travel trailer. And the theater seating is actually pretty darn close to your TV. But the size of this TV, I'm going to guess probably like 40 inches or so. Man, that is super nice. Plus, they're my favorite kind of manual recliners, where they have this little clip right there. That's a personal preference. I'm sure it doesn't really matter. But a little easier to use. And you can pull this out. And then, well, you have to have a little bit of weight to it. But they're the quick recline that drop down, so you can take a good old snoozer and, maybe sleep a guest or so. Since you don't have a dinette that drops down, it's great to have that. And again, directly across from your TV. And I believe that's a TV with an attitude, so it'll be a smart TV there too. Bathroom right over here, and then a bedroom with an east to west slide king bed as well. Yeah, king bed. But look at all that storage space you got over there in the closet. Let's go ahead and give you an up look close. Try to give you everything that you need to decide if this is worth your time to go check out on a lot. Big old big old 12 volt refrigerator. I do wish I guess over in the kitchen it makes sense to open up this side. But you can see good space there for the freezer, good space for the refrigerator. Whether you're traveling for 2 or for 1 week's worth, should definitely be able to fit into that. You do have your fuse box right down here. A lot of good countertop space. I can't get over that window. That thing is just so nice. Imagine just opening up a breeze, and then you got the slides. You got a little campsite window over here. You got the 3-top burner to whip up all the fixings. I also like the glass top right there. I think that's pretty sleek. And then, of course, you have your oven to maybe cook up, some pizzas or something of that nature. You got meat mode on the microwave, so who doesn't want meat mode? And then the black glass insert. You're also using a thermofoil countertop there too as well, with your outlet. So if you want to put like a Keurig in the back, and I've been using the Keurig, like little pods, but recently we've started buying the grounds and then putting it in one of those ones that can make the coffee, and I actually like that a lot more. Hitting those dishes from one angle. Stainless steel undermounted bowl with the little drying doodad. I freaking love these things. Man, put a bowl up there, let it dry. What in the world? This thing is huge. Look at that. Talk about space right there. That is awesome. Love to see that. I think that's a pretty darn cool feature. And I think let's see if you got 2 ACs in this model. You do. So 2 ACs, one above me. They're going to be ducted 15K, and they also have the dump valve. So if you're going to be hanging out here, not in the room, open that up, disproportionately push all that cool air. Another thing that they do is 3-inch thick walls on the interior walls. Plus you have 81 inches of head height. So you taller folks will be a little bit happier in this camper. If you're going entry level, this definitely might be one to consider for sure. So I don't think it looks entry level. I mean, I know it's stick and tin camper, but man, you got plywood, you know, kitchen drawers. I'd like a little bit deeper. I mean, you got, what is that, probably 3 inches, something like that. Another outlet there. No ducting in the floor, so it's going to be, you know, what a lot of people prefer there. Flush mount flooring as well. Plus, they're using a residential 5/8 tongue and groove flooring for the slide instead of, you know, OSB like some of those companies do use. You do have a dinette right there. It's got one little knee knocker. Doesn't drop down to make a bed or anything, but a more functional setup to sit down, play some euchre, play some games, get a little bit of work done. Maybe you're editing some RV videos. You're living life, living the view. But I mean, look at that. Imagine you're down at a gravel lot with a nice tree round in the background. Look at those clouds, looking picturesque. But man, the panoramic, I mean, that's awesome. Plus the fact that they open. There's a lot of fifth wheels that have these, and the windows don't open. So being able to open it up and get that cross breeze, I mean, you're living the dream, baby. You also got the theater seating. We already kind of went over that across from your TV, but you do have a portable speaker right there, along with a fireplace that puts out about 4,800 BTUs as well. And I want to give you another little look at that. Travel mode will have this closed, and you just kind of latch it. I'm sorry, travel mode will have it like this, and you latch it in. But I like the fact you got a place to put, you know, some hoodies or like, put a dog leash on me. But the happy little octopus guys, you know, are ready to rock. But all right, let's check out the bathroom, see what we think there. Got a mirror. Check out the old bowling gun, baby. But I mean, you get pretty good countertop space here in the bathroom as well, along with the porcelain foot flush throne. Don't even have to sit there to tell you that's a good spot. And then the tankless on-demand hot water heater along with your light controls. Motion sensor lighting. They do put a ton of stickers in this brand, though. I guess it makes it easy if you're not too familiar with the RVs, though. So that's nice. I'd imagine down at a show, you know, that would be pretty darn helpful. Access to your plumbing right there. And let me flip the camera around. I'm 6 foot, 293 pounds, baby. About 6'5" or so for head height there, too. And you can see a little tight if I go sideways, being a bigger guy. I'd probably be doing a sideways scoot there for the shower. But then they have the right there for the shower as well. Now, the bedroom. The bedroom on this is chef's kiss, as the kids say. I'm getting all the trends now, you know. All of our kids are coming home. They always got a different thing. They also say they do the like a good boy type thing. If you're talking to a dog, they'll be like, you know, hey, can you go grab this for me? And they'll be a good boy. All right. Hate that one. Hate that trend quite a bit. So king bed again, and this is going to be on a strut system, so you are, you know, hands-free on that, which is nice. Put that back down. Windows on either side of the bed with USB and universal C, so no traditional outlets or any type of, you know, counters or anything like that. So I'd like to see maybe a counter at some point, but, you know, heck, having the king bed is, I think, to me, more important than the counters. Another outlet down there, too, as well, just so you know for reference. But then right in here, I mean, pretty good for the closet. I mean, you got plenty of hanging room, and then you can put more hanging room right into here, but you also have entrance inside and out. But I mean, look at that. You got washer and dryer prep right there. So I think that's pretty darn snazzy. But I mean, what do you guys think about this floor plan? I think they did a really good job. You got another window over here, TV backer. You're prepped for some LTE Wi-Fi too, which is really nice if you're kind of working on the road. But man, I'll tell you, this is one of my favorite rear kitchen travel trailers in the industry, quite frankly. I think this is super, super, super nice. But again, it's the 2025 East to West Della Terra 263RK. So obviously after you saw it, that RK stands for rear kitchen. And I mean, I don't know. All the specifications, length, height, tank sizes, awning sizes will be down in the description, along with a link for that pricing. I don't think I just said that, but maybe I did. Heck, I don't know. But yeah, if you guys are interested, make sure to check that out. But now let's do the exterior tour. Flip this camera back around. The awning, smack dab in the middle, probably like, what'd you say, like 18, 20 feet, something of that nature. You're also using a lifetime limited warranty on the roof. So that'll be basically covering the roof material. Obviously, you still got to do some maintenance, you know, and whatnot. But I love the LEDs coming up the front, the rock guard. I just think they did such a good job on that front cap. I think that looks so slick. For the studding on this, stick and tin, but it's 2x3 studs there too as well. Power tongue jack, 20-pound propane bottles, and enough room for 2 batteries, plus that rock guard right there. Inside-outside access to that closet. For me, I don't really care one way or another about it, but I do think it'd be kind of cool to flip your washer and, well, now, that was getting stupid fancy right there. But anyway, I'm sure there's something you could do with that. Maybe, how would you guys use it? Power tongue jack, heated and enclosed underbelly. Screen door on both sides. So each one's going to be a friction hinge. So 25-mile-per-hour winds, no problemo. Screen, the flip-up steps that get out of the way, black tank flush, leash latch, dual axle, and then that's what I'm talking about for the suspension. So a little different there. But you also have the cable and then your 2 outlets there too as well. Now heading around onto the backside, the power stabilizing jack control will be right there, right below your tankless hot water heater. But on the back side, you're going to have a little spray port you'll see next to that little, you know, the backup, the blinker there. But yeah, a little outside water action. You also have your bumper with your spare tire, along with your rear camera prep. So that'd be nice to get installed so you can see what's going on behind you with some distance markers as you're traveling down the road. The Lippert on-the-go ladder system, so you can get on top of your roof, check your seals, check your slides. Now, speaking of slides, if you're someone that doesn't want to check your slides, you know you're not going to do it. It is prepped for a slide topper, which is essentially a piece of awning that goes from here to here and prevents debris from falling on top of your unit. You got your galley tank drain right there. You also have your 30-amp connection there too as well. And then as we're traveling around, they use the BAL cable slide. So I encourage you guys to, you know, look at that. It's the BAL Exact. So I think they're like self-governing. I think they self-adjust a little bit. I got to do a little bit of studying on that. So I've heard some good things about them for that. And then obviously, you know, you got your like rack and pinion back there. But so right here is going to be your docking station. So you have roof-mounted solar panel. So you have 200 amps of solar is able to be put on this unit if you would like to. You also have the slide-out switch, hot and cold water in the form of an outside shower, a little place where you can put some stuff, you know, in and out, and then your battery disconnect, and then all of your, you know, your black tank flush, things of that nature. I'm sorry, your city water connection there. I'm just kind of getting brain rot from recording all these darn RVs. But all right, guys, I hope you guys enjoy the tour. Actually, let me show you the specs real quick. There you go. I hope you guys enjoyed the tour. Again, my name is Hunter. This is the 2025 East to West Della Terra 263RK. Have a great day. See you. Meow.